Good afternoon from Exit 407. It's Ryan, and in today's video, we're going to be checking out 10 things coming to the Smokies in 2025. We have some things that didn't quite make it in 2024, such as the Crayola and Nerf Xperience we'll be checking out, along with a new Illusion Lab. For any fans of Scooby-Doo, we have a new mini golf course coming, as well as a brand new mountain coaster, and one of the longest zip lines in the United States will be opening up here in the Smokies this year. So I plan to cover all of that and much more. So instead of just showing you some images and video clips and talking about it from my computer at home, I figured I'd actually get out, go for a drive with you, and give you a better idea where some of these things are. So if you're new to our channel, make sure you're subscribed. I'll be going over all these things throughout the year in more detail as they open. And if you're watching this video later in the year, I'll put links to some of these attractions as they open down in the pinned comment below. So let's cross the street and check out our first stop. Our first stop on this frigid January adventure, checking out what's new, would be the 407 Gap, the Gateway to Adventure. The area right across from the Buc-ee's we were just in front of, the second largest Buc-ee's in the world. But behind me right now, there's not much to show. They kind of pivoted this last year from being an entertainment area to more of a resort district with entertainment. In the future, it could be more of a destination in and of itself, not just a pit stop, as though you stop at Buc-ee's, which gets millions and millions of visitors, that people would actually want to stay here at the 407 Gateway to Adventure area behind me, which again, not much to show at the moment, but I would assume that in 2025, you'll actually start seeing some different structures going up back behind me. So who knows, perhaps by the end of 2025, there might actually be some places to eat or some things to do back behind me. So we'll keep an eye on the progress of this, but let's hop in the car, go for a quick drive to the next stop, which I am dreaming of going to when this thing opens, because it is very cold right now. So I am looking forward to doing this next activity this summer. All right, let's go. So we're going to be taking a right here past Wilderness at the Smokies and cross over this bridge, and we will arrive to Soaky Mountain Water Park, which is one of two water parks here in the Smokies, at least major water parks. I know there are some resorts that have kind of like an indoor water park, but as far as major water parks, this is one of two. You have Dollywood Splash Country and Soaky Mountain Water Park here. They're currently working on Rafters Rage, which will be an incredibly exciting 6-person raft ride that starts roughly 8 stories in the air and spans 825 feet. Riders will be capable of reaching speeds up to 19 miles per hour as they whip down the slide. I have done all the family raft type rides, both at Splash Country and here, and I will tell you, the ones here are intense, and this one sounds the most intense of all the raft rides that you can do with your friends or family members. The general manager of Soaky Mountain said that Rafters Rage will be different than most water slides with high banking turns and steep drops, because instead it will feature 4 artfully crafted arcs that rafts will laterally accelerate over sideways. This thrilling drifting experience, a world's first for a water slide, will extend a rider's zero-G feeling, making it an incredible attraction. Okay, I heard zero-G, and I'm thinking now I might try it out, and it might be a one and done and go, okay, I went flying 19 miles per hour, zero-G sensation, I'm good, I did it. Or I might get to the bottom and say, that was incredible, I want to do it again. So when it does open up, I will definitely go on there with an action camera and show you what this slide is like. I'm excited to give it a try. The new slide will be located adjacent to the Avalanche water coaster behind Black Bear Rapids Adventure River, which is their not so lazy river. It is anticipated to be completed in time for the start of the 2025 season in May. I forgot to look it up. Hold on, what's the opening date? SoakyMountainWaterPark.com, and the first day of the season, which I'm looking forward to, warmer spring weather. Looks like May 17th is the first day of the Soaky Mountain season. Hopefully it will be open by the 17th. If it is, we'll do our best to hop on the ride, show you what it's like, but I'm gonna hop in the car and go to our next destination. It's cold. Our next stop will be your first thing that you'd run into once you cross over this bridge that goes from Sevierville and you enter into Pigeon Forge, which would be at the old Pigeon Forge Welcome Center that has been closed down for some time, which is going to be transformed into Ripley's Illusion Lab this spring. There's one in San Antonio. We visited one in Myrtle Beach, and I was told that the one in Myrtle Beach is smaller than the one that will be here. So we had a good time going through the Illusion Lab in Myrtle Beach. I remember lots of different places you could take fun photos and all sorts of really unique illusions that you can walk through and experience together with your friends or family. My favorite room reminded me of Lord of the Rings, where you have Gandalf and the hobbits next to each other. Some of the camera tricks that Peter Jackson used, you can kind of go through and experience that and see up on a screen. That was probably my favorite room in the Illusion Lab. That's what I remember the most about the Myrtle Beach Illusion Lab. So when this one opens, we'll go in, we'll give you a tour of what it's like. We'll help you determine if you want to just buy a standalone ticket or if it's a good addition to something like the Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies in Gatlinburg. And with all of the Ripley's attractions around here, the more you get, the lower per ticket, per attraction cost it becomes. So we'll check this out. The next stop is actually right over here behind me in this building. Let's go for a little walk and check it out. So I would expect the old Pigeon Forge Welcome Center to start to get some color on the building with some signage for the Ripley's Illusion Lab as they plan to open it this spring. And I would also anticipate the old Smoky Mountain Opry building to start getting a lot more color as it gets transformed into both a Crayola and Nerf experience. Here's what it looks like right now, and here's what it's supposed to look like when it is completed. The last I heard is they're now aiming for spring of 2025, perhaps late spring, just based on the fact that I really haven't seen any changes. They were originally aiming for the fall of last year, and for whatever reason, through different delays, it hasn't happened. But when it is completed and it does open up, the Crayola side of things will have over 20 hands-on attractions like naming your own crayon color, creating wax art, custom coloring book. It will also have a retail store that will offer the world's largest selection of Crayola products. This Pigeon Forge Crayola experience will be the first of 5 that will be popping up across the country in the next 5 years. And on the Nerf side of the building, both adults and children can enjoy this foam-filled attraction that's set to open this spring as well. The Nerf Action Experience will be a 29,000 square foot indoor entertainment center that will feature blaster battle zones, sports challenges, an obstacle course, a food and beverage area, and a retail store. So like I said, not much to show at this moment here in the beginning of January, but as the months progress, I'll try to give you guys a monthly update. When we know an exact date that it does open, we'll bring you inside and give you a tour of both the Crayola side and the Nerf side. But if you're finding this video helpful or enjoyable in any way, if you could just do us a big favor, hit the thumbs up on this video, and let's hop in the car and go to our next stop. For our next stop, we're going to be taking a left here on Teaster Lane. Hopefully we can make this light. Right side, left side, right side, left side, right side, left side. Let's go with the left side. See if I can squeeze in. Come on. We got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. We're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it. We made it. All right. Right as we enter on to Teaster Lane, our next stop is up here on the left, which would be Gorilla Taco opening up this February here in Pigeon Forge, right by the new Margaritaville Compass Hotel back behind me. And honestly, I just needed to make the list 10, and I really like tacos, so it made the list. and it opens in February, and I'm excited to go in here. It's a massive building, and I'm hoping it has massive flavor in their tacos. So we'll go in here, try it out. We'll put a video on our channel here showing you everything on their menu. And yeah, I needed to make the list 10. I mean, 9 things coming to, no, it has to be 10. We had to come out with an even number. So Gorilla Tacos on the list. I'm excited to go try it out when it opens up this February. All right, next stop. So from Gorilla Taco, let's take a left on Teaster Lane. Gorilla Taco is also by the same company that does the Blue Moose, which we just passed by, which I know a lot of people love their burgers and wings. I've always had a good experience there. And as we pass by the Lost Mine Mountain Coaster and Pigeon Forge Snow, we come to our next stop, which is up here on the corner. So here at the Mountain Mile, right next to Guy Fieri's Downtown Flavor Town, over on the corner is a brand new mini golf, which will be the world's first Scooby-Doo themed mini golf adventure, opening this spring. This will be the first ever 36-hole mini golf course themed around Scooby-Doo and the iconic Mystery Inc. gang. This immersive attraction features 2 Scooby-Doo themed mini golf courses, plus a gem mine, candy shop, and clubhouse. Each course will be full of wonderful details and surprises that are fun for the whole family. As I walk along Teaster Lane here, kind of give you a better idea of what the course will look like, which goes all the way over really close to the Pigeon Forge Snow building. You can see over here in this corner on Teaster Lane, the holes go all the way to this little corner here right in front of Pigeon Forge Snow. So if you or anyone in your family is a fan of Scooby-Doo, you'll be able to come play on this new mini golf course that's opening this spring. So now that we're back on the main parkway crossing Wares Valley Road, we have the Publix over here to the right. And just past that, before we get to the island in Pigeon Forge, is our next stop that they're currently working on, which would be where this old China gift mart is. So there's not a lot to show right now, but this will be the location for Truth Travler, which is coming to Pigeon Forge this spring. It's going to be a virtual reality attraction, which is developed by the same people who made the Ark Encounter and Creation Museum up in Kentucky. The attraction will take guests back into biblical history with a custom animated virtual reality show, complete with motion benches and engaged haptics for a fully immersive experience. This new attraction will feature 2 different experiences. The first will showcase the original VR show. Secondly, a new planetarium will engage guests in a fascinating journey into the cosmos with vividly realistic images on a 30-meter diameter tilted dome. Here in January, they're currently working hard on getting the structure built. So once it is built and it does open up this spring, we'll bring you inside to show you what this new Truth Traveler in Pigeon Forge is like. So we come up to the old mill. We just passed by some go-karts that are going in back here to the left. So there are more than 10 things going in here in the Smokies. These are just the main 10 things I decided to highlight. But we're going to take a left here on Dollywood Lane and get over to Dollywood. We've made it into Dollywood theme park here in Pigeon Forge, which will be celebrating its 40th anniversary this year as the park reopens on March 14th for pass holders and March 15th for everyone. We'll do our best to capture all of the 40th anniversary activities here at Dollywood throughout the year. There'll be a new 40th anniversary show which debuts Memorial Day weekend and runs through the end of summer. It'll be highlighting moments from guest favorite shows during the park's illustrious history of entertainment offerings. All right, I won't lie. I was reading the park's press release on the 40th anniversary because I wouldn't normally say illustrious. In fact, I can't remember the last time I've ever used the word illustrious. I think I need to find a way sometime with my kids to describe how well they clean their room or something this week and use the word illustrious. Illustrious. It's kind of a fun word. It should be used more often, I think. In addition to the new shows that they'll be adding, they'll also be changing up their drone and fireworks show this summer to commemorate the 40th anniversary. And as we work our way past the train and go all the way to this back corner, we find the Heart Song Theater, which becomes the Imagination Playhouse, which features plays based on books from Dolly's Imagination Library. It becomes a permanent fixture this season, offering its much-loved shows for younger guests from March through the end of September. The theater will offer a rotation of Playhouse favorites guests have enjoyed through the years. During Smoky Mountain Summer Celebration, new story time and character meet and greets are part of the Imagination Playhouse experience this summer. Also in the 40th anniversary celebration, Heart Song the movie will be remastered and moved appropriately to the Dream Song Theater as part of the Dolly Parton experience. Heart Song the movie will run in conjunction with Heidi Parton Kin and Friends show that you'll be able to see here at the Dream Song Theater at the Dolly Parton experience. When it comes to the park itself, don't expect to see any new roller coasters or rides opening this year, though I very well believe they'll be opening one in 2026. So we'll do our best to keep you updated on that new ride coming next year. But they are opening up a brand new restaurant, which is called the Wilderness Pass Restaurant. You can see some of the outdoor seating serving up some rotisserie smoked and wood-fired items inside. I'm sure they would love to open it up when the park reopens in March, but whenever it does finally open up, we'll bring you inside and show you everything on the menu in this brand new restaurant here at Dollywood. So there are a few highlights of what's coming to Dollywood in 2025, and maybe, I emphasize the word maybe, I will try a new roller coaster here that I've never done before. We'll see. We'll see what the year brings. Not making any guarantees, but let's hop on the road before we lose sunlight to check out some more things that are coming this year. As we're almost to the end of Pigeon Forge, you can see our next stop up here on the hill on the right. Let's take a right here and talk about what they're working on opening up this spring. Back behind me, they're working on the Pigeon Forge Racing Coaster. It'll be a first of its kind where you actually race side by side. There will be no one in front of you on the track. So for those of you who have ever been on a mountain coaster and you have somebody going in front of you that is really slow and it's slowing down your ride, you won't have that problem at this particular new mountain coaster that they plan to open up this spring. Once you're up at the top, you should get some fantastic views of the parkway we just drove down in Pigeon Forge. This is being built by the same people who built the Moonshine Mountain Coaster when you first get into Gatlinburg. So when this does open up in the spring, I'll do my best to hop on with an action camera, perhaps race one of the kids or Brie, and we'll see how fast you can indeed go and how long of a ride it will be. We'll go over all the details of this place when it does open up this spring, as far as how much the tickets cost and the ride height and weight requirements to get on this mountain coaster. So I'm excited to go on this when it does open up. And as far as I can tell, it looks like they're on track to open. You see what I did there? They're on track. Okay, enough dad jokes, let's go. And if I continued down the same road from the Pigeon Forge Racing Coaster, we would eventually make it to Wildside, which is an outdoor adventure park that was built by the same people that made Anakista in Gatlinburg. They'll be opening up their mega Zipline this spring, which will be a continuous line that extends an impressive 5,771 feet in length, offering an uninterrupted flight that will take your breath away. When this does open, it will be the longest continuous zip line in America, where guests can enjoy the thrill of flying while taking some of the most stunning views of the Great Smoky Mountains. And again, the mega zip line at Wildside is set to open to the public in the spring of 2025. So if we continue to drive into Gatlinburg, we can notice a couple little things that will be changing this next year, such as a new restaurant that's going in under the melting pot in Gatlinburg. So some of those things will continue to keep you updated on our monthly videos. So if you're new to our channel and you haven't yet subscribed, now would be the time to do so. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Out of the 10 things that we covered in this video, what are you most excited to experience in 2025? I think for Micah, he would really love the Nerf Xperience once that opens up. For me, I think I'll really enjoy the new slide. I'll just enjoy the warm weather. I've lived here for 7 years, but at the end of the day, I'm still a Floridian that I like warmer weather. So bring on the warmer weather in 2025. We'll do our best to keep you updated of any changes in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park throughout the year as well. But if you made this far in the video, we thank God for you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, let's get to the car. It's super cold. I guess I'm still recording. Cross the road, cross the road, cross the road. Soaky Mountain. Gosh, that sounds so corny. Oh, the faster I run, the colder it is. Oh, I feel my cheeks.